The Sheriff of Jackson County, Gary Schutte, and Under Sheriff Chris Simpson. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you, Bart.
Nice to see you. It was a couple weeks ago. You guys had your annual awards banquet. I couldn't make it. I was ill, and I think the same illness it's still affecting the sheriff's department. COVID.
Sure. It is. Yeah, we just got over a strain about a week ago. We had 17 inmates that came down with it.
Wow.
So fortunately, it doesn't seem to be as bad as the previous strains. There's been a couple that have gotten really sick, but by and large, it's just been a little bit of a headache and muscle aches, things of that nature.
Yeah, and you've got some real handicaps too with the antiquated jail and the conditions of decades and decades of use.
Yeah, one of the things that's important with the new jails is they've taken all of this stuff into consideration. So, like the cells themselves are independently heated and they have their own air exchangers. So when you put somebody in that's got got the flu or something like that, they don't spread it to all the rest of the other inmates. So that would have been really helpful for us, especially in the early days of the pandemic when all of those restrictions came down on jails, correctional institutions. One of the things that's really important is some of the other sheriffs didn't have to do the things and take the measures that we had to do because they had modern facilities and they just didn't have to worry about the spread of the disease.
Yeah, they could isolate a lot easier.
Correct.
Yeah, as we know, we did have a millage request that did not pass, but it's back to the drawing board, and we still need the jail.
Yes,
We do. One of the things that's really important, and something that I'd like to emphasize moving forward when we talk about the jail, is how it affects public safety. And a lot of folks don't understand that if we can't lock people up, they can still go out and perpetrate further crimes. That is influenced by a number of factors, one of which is people that violate probation, people that violate parole, the different things that occur on the misdemeanor level that affect the overall felony level type crimes that we see, that we're not able to adequately address because of the problems that we have with our facility. And I think that is one of the pieces of the puzzle to solving the crime situation that we have in our county. Not that we have things out of control, I don't want to suggest that, but we can certainly get our arms around things a lot better if we're able to lock those people up.
Yeah, a real head scratcher last week. I saw two teenagers, 17-year-old kids, arrested in possession of two stolen cars, released to their parents. What? But that's what's happening.
Unfortunately, you're absolutely right.
Who were the deputies and other personnel of the Sheriff's Department that you honored at your annual awards banquet?
So Mark Easter was our Deputy of the Year.
Again?
He was, and well deserved.
For patrol.
Well deserved. He was for our patrol division, and then Deputy West was our Corrections Deputy of the Year. She did an absolutely fantastic job in there. She's, I'll tell you a little bit about her. She brightens everybody's day. Anytime somebody walks into the Corrections Division, which obviously we've talked about dilapidated conditions inside of the jail. Nobody's happy to be there anyway. She's always got a smile on her face. She always does a fantastic job. And then we had our Sergeants Mike Stewart for the Patrol Division and Sergeant Eric Kennedy for the Corrections Division that were honored as our Supervisors of the Year.
Awesome. Yeah, you have, you have the jails that you operate plus road patrol, so like two divisions of the department pretty much, right?
That's
Yes.
correct.
And in between the deputies or sergeants or supervisors of the year, there are many accolades that go out to other deputies on both sides of the house who are, awarded for, some of their heroic actions. There were life savings, there were term awards, there were team awards. We did a civilian award as well. So it was actually a very good evening to highlight all of the things that our deputies do throughout the year.
Yeah, I've had the privilege of attending this banquet for several years, and the stories are unbelievable. And you do have people who save lives in the jail, on the road. You've got incredible displays of bravery and above and beyond. I wish everyone in the community could hear and see all those stories and see the jail as well. That'd be real eye-openers for everyone.
I think it would change a lot of hearts and minds when it comes to voting on this jail millage. I really do. The deputies do an outstanding job day in and day out, and that can't be overstated.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, if everyone could see the jail, and there's 2 ways to do that.
That's true.
You've got a new member, maybe more than one, canine officer now, right?
That's correct.
One
you
or
want to
two?
explain that?
No, go ahead.
All
Sure.
right. I feel like I talk all the time. That's one of my problems.
We're good with this, Roof.
Okay. Deputy Allie Bigger on our patrol side has a canine, and she's currently in training right now to get certification. And then we have Deputy Mallory Failing on the corrections side. So we've added a dog to corrections as well. And I think this is going to be a game changer for us too in a lot of ways. So we're always dealing with these, I'll call them handicaps for lack of better words, inside of the jail, challenges if you will, inside of the jail with contraband getting introduced and then having to try and find it. And oftentimes what we'll do now is we'll call in a road patrol dog, whether it's the state police or Blackman Township or sometimes the city now would come in to do those sniffs inside the cells. Well, those dogs aren't used to all of the different smells, as you can imagine, inside of a jail. And they're just not very productive in doing that. So now we've got a dog that can actually do that, that will be acclimated to the jail setting, that will be able to go in there and sniff for contraband. That's going to be huge for us. And in addition, that dog will also act as a support dog. So imagine all the mental health people that we have that are having a difficult time coping with the situation of being incarcerated. We will be able to offer them this dog as a support dog so that they can pet. The dog is absolutely adorable. Her name is Sam. She is really friendly, but she does a fantastic job, and she's really been hitting it out of the park in the training too.
Cool. And speaking of support, of course you guys have a new peer support group you've established.
Yes, we did, and actually it was led by quite a few components within the organization, but Captain Kevin Hiller really took charge of it and got together with both sides of the house, the patrol division as well as the corrections division, to formulate this team to help one another, and that peer support is just that. We have a lot of traumatic incidents that happen in the jail, out of the jail obviously, and they need support. They need to have that support from their own peers to say, hey, are you doing okay? Hey, we can do this for you. Let me do this for you as well. Let me hear your concerns. Because a lot of times we try to internalize it and just deal with it ourselves. You know, we put the uniform on, we deal with a lot of things, and through history, it's been go to the next one, move to the next one, and that trauma just continues to build. So outside of some other endeavors that we do, we've put together a peer support team to help each other. And it's been working fantastic thus far.
Great. We appreciate the updates. Congratulations to your honorees, and thanks for coming in today.
Thank you
You're
very
welcome,
much for
Bart.
having us.
You bet. Under Sheriff Chris Simpson and Sheriff Gary Schutte today on JTV. Next up,